Welcome back everyone to more from the Sableyes. I'm Mitch and today we are back with more Silver Tempest decks, and today it is a V-Star that lots of people have swept under the carpet, something that's a little under the radar that you might be able to take some victories on the Pokemon TCG Live or online ladder, and that is Serperior V-Star. This card is actually really quite strong. It's a little bit difficult to get powered up sometimes, but it is capable of taking one-shots on pretty much anything in the format. Let's start off with Serperior itself. It is a 270 HP Grass-type V-Star Pokemon with 2 attacks. Its first, its regular attack for a Grass and double colorless, is Regal Blender. It deals 190 damage, and then you can elect to move energies from your Serperior onto your benched Pokemon in any way that you like. So maybe you're up against a deck that can take a big knockout on your Serperior. You can attack once for 190 damage, then move those energies to another attacker ready to be able to hit back next turn. Or perhaps you're in a position where you have a bunch of energies on your Serperior and you're looking to take a big one-shot. That's when its V-Star power Star Winder comes in. 1 grass energy deals 60 damage times the amount of energy attached to Serperior. And when you add into that Mirage Gate into the equation, you can see that Serperior V-Star can very quickly have a bunch of energies on it. As simple as 2 Mirage Gates in the late game can give you 240 damage plus an attachment plus a choice belt. You'll be looking at a pretty significant knockout. But of course, if we want to use Mirage Gate, we need to use the Lost Zone package. If you haven't seen this one yet, then you definitely should consider taking a look. It's all based around Comfey and its flower selecting ability. What it allows you to do is to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, pick one, put it in your hand, send the other one to the Lost Zone. A bit of a nice way to speed through your list, and when we consider the fact that there's a couple of extra cards involved in this engine, we can get ourselves attacking quickly. Cramorant with Lost Provisions, I think that's what it's called. Let me just double check. What's it actually called? Is it Lost Provisions? It is Lost Provisions. I can't see the card. You can see the card, but I can't, I'm blind to the card. Lost Provisions is an effect on... Let me start this again. You're gonna see me edit this live in my brain. Lost Provisions is an ability on your Cramorant, which means that if you have 4 or more cards in your Lost Zone, the attack that this card uses costs 3 less energy. You don't need to use any energy to get your attack off, and Spit Innocently for 110 damage is a pretty solid little chip. When you consider the fact 110 plus 220 on our Serperior VMAX adds up to 330 damage, we can 2-hit in combination pretty much every VMAX in the format to try and get some knockouts and then line up for that Star Winder attack to finish things off. Sableyes also in the list. How can you say no to him? He's fantastic. Has the Lost Mine attack, 1 Psychic Energy, place 12 damage counters on your opponent's side of the board. If you have 10 cards in the Lost Zone, not hard to get 10 cards in there with our Flower Selecting Comfey and our Colress's Experiment. A really, really cool little list that I would 100% recommend that you take a look at. And to be brutally honest, I think Serperior V-Star is actually one of those cards that people will remember fondly. It's got a lot of power and potential. Its Star Winder attack, I forgot to mention, does 60 damage times every energy that's attached and then moves to the bench. So you can attack for a huge amount of damage and then get that Serperior out of there. It's really, really powerful. We'll jump onto the ladder, we'll see if we can play some games with it and see if we can't get a couple of wins with Serperior V-Star. We're live and we are up against a Kyurem V here, so let's set our board up as quickly as possible. We can VIP Battle Pass here, Battle VIP Pass, Battle VIP Pass. Comfey and I think Radiant Greninja are going to be the 2 cards of choice for me. I like the idea of drawing some extra cards, using that Concealed Cards ability here to get ourselves 2 freshies from the top of our deck. So we've got Switch Cart's pretty good, I like that. We'll Flower Selecting with our active Comfey, and this is a hard choice, Serperior or Mirage Gate. I think we have to go for the attacker. We have 2 Mirage Gates in hand, it's not that big of a deal. Let's chuck the Comfey in the active, we can Flower Selecting again, and again, another VIP pass. That decision a lot easier for us to make. We'll grab ourselves a Cram. I think we might grab ourselves It's either a Serperior or just another Comfey, to be brutally honest. I think another one of those is perfectly fine. We'll grab that, we'll throw down that Serperior in our hand, we'll attach the energy, and I think we can even go with the Path to the Peak for good measure. Chuck that down there and make it life as difficult as possible for our friend Kyurem on the other side of the field. Very, very fast start here. And the Lost Zone engine, always very powerful. Never forget it when you are building decks on your own at home. It's definitely really strong and can provide a nice core for some V or VMAX Pokemon that wouldn't normally be able to get big KOs. So definitely worth considering. Also, thank you very much for choosing to be here with the Sableyes tonight. I appreciate that this is not normally a time when I would be putting out a video, but I figured, considering the set has just come out, we can give you a couple of extra over the weekend. It's not the end of the world. I can give you 2 more videos. That's fine. We will also be looking at some of the big decks for the new standard format coming on Monday. We've got the Latin America International Championships coming up next weekend. We also have, after that, the first Australian regionals of the season in Brisbane on the 3rd of December. That has come up mighty quickly. Very expensive flights to get to Brisbane. Very, very difficult with such short notice. So, Pokemon, if anyone from Pokemon's watching, if you could give us, like, I don't know, an extra couple of days notice, that would be great. Maybe don't schedule a regional in Brisbane the same weekend as Schoolies, which is like spring break for our American viewers. It's going to be very difficult, but that's okay. We're going to get there. It's going to be fine. It's not going to cost me $1,000 just for accommodation. It's not. I promise. It's not going to cost me that much money. It's going to be fine. Anyway, if you're there, I'd love to see you. Also, if you're here, I appreciate you coming past. If you could click the like button down below, I'd really appreciate that. Makes my life way easier, because then I don't have to feel so bad. There's a little button in the bottom right there that you can just click that and give it a like if you want to see more. And if you want to play this deck with me, there is obviously the list down in the description as well. You can copy that into PTCGO or PTCGL and check out Serperior with me. Our opponent has been playing a very long turn here. I appreciate it. It means that we've been able to get all the plugs in that I wanted, and now I can look over on my opponent's side of the field and realize that, boy, that is a very it's a very impressive board state. 2 Kyurems, a Palkia. Got a lot going on here. Looks to me like we are seeing a rapid freeze for 1 energy though, so not a perfect setup by any stretch, but definitely acceptable. We've got ourselves a Colress here. We're going to use that. We're going to grab Colress. Air Balloon looks pretty good, and I hate to get rid of Energy Recycler here. It's a card that we probably want to keep, but we like the energy itself in play. And it's always a tough one. We definitely don't need the Comfey. That's an easy lost zone. We'll get rid of the energy and hope that the recycler is enough to work with. But for the moment, pretty much all we need to do is flower selecting here, find ourselves a card. We probably don't need Roxanne, to be brutally honest. We might just need the boss's orders. We'll grab that, throw the Roxanne into the lost zone, and then it is as simple as just retreating. We can it's not flower selecting, we can retreat with Comfey into our Cramorant, spit innocently into this Kyurem, and deal 110 damage. As I was mentioning, in the deck profile section of this video, I said that a Cram plus a Serperior VSTAR with a choice belt is 330 damage. That's the amount of HP that a Kyurem has. So, hopefully, our opponent evolves. We go into the Serperior VSTAR. We take the knockout. We move some energies, maybe. We set ourselves up for a really, really big knockout on another Kyurem next turn. We'll see whether it happens. It's definitely worth considering the fact that this is possible. It's very achievable for us to take a KO this turn. And it looks like our opponent is happy to just attack with the Kyurem. They're Melaning to the active. Obviously, it's quite difficult to get this Kyurem out of the active once it's there. So they'll get that attacking, knock out the Cramorant probably. We can go into a Comfey, we can use flower selecting, and then get ourselves, hopefully, into the Serperior VSTAR. I've elected to go with the alt arts today. We've got alternate art from the trainer gallery, featuring, I think it's a Rosa on there with Serperior. Gen 5 is just such a nice generation. I really like it. And then also the gold one. I know the gold is a little bit garish sometimes, but I appreciate it. I like to be able to search and find my VMAXs and VSTARs really easily. The gold cards can definitely do that. There's the knockout on the Cram. Alright, so let's promote the Comfey. We'll see what we get off of Flower Selecting and also a Colress's Experiment. A Serperior VSTAR is very good. Energy is very good. I think we get the Psychic and the Grass, just in case we need to use Sableye. We can also Flower Selecting here, which I really like. That one's very simple. We don't need the VIP Battle Pass. We can get rid of that. Unfortunate, though, we didn't get access to another attacker. That's a little frustrating. But you know what? It's going to be fine. We can still use Greninja to concealed cards here. We've got Energy Recycler from earlier in the game, so we can discard a Psychic Energy and draw a couple. We don't find another basic, though. I really would have liked a Serperior to come through for us there. That's okay. We're going to chuck the Serperior VSTAR into the active. I think the Grass Energy is probably fine. Better to hold the Psychic just in case we need to attack with a Sableye, I think. Let's just see, is there any reason that we might want to do anything else this turn? I think it's just attach. Now, we can obviously Regal Blender here, deal 220 damage and get the clean, perfect mass KO. I'm going to move an energy onto our Greninja, and I'm going to leave the VSTAR with the V-Guard energy and also a Grass on there. We're going to hope that our opponent doesn't quite realize just how explosive Starwinder is. Our opponent, I think, can take a knockout here. Let's just consider it for a moment. If they have a Curum and they have 3 energy on it, which is a reasonable amount, they can deal, what, 120 plus 150, 270. So they would need 4 energies on their Curum VMAX. They've got Palkia, so they can use Star Portal here. But it might be that our opponent goes, you know what? We're going to remove the Comfeys. This is only dealing 190 damage every turn. We're not too worried about it. And then we can go Mirage Gate, Boss's Orders, and knock out a Curum. That would be fantastic. It, of course, relies on our opponent evolving. If they don't evolve, we can then just Regal Blender again and then hope that we find access to another basic Serperior. I think that's probably our best chance, to be brutally honest, is just to grab another Serperior. Or we could Gust. We could use Boss's Orders and bring out the Crobat and knock it out. That could work as well. There's also an argument to theoretically attacking into the Palkia. That could have happened. It looks like they are going to put the Curum in play, though. So that is definitely a very enticing target for us. Not many things in Standard can knock out a Curum from absolute nothing. Let's see. Let's see if we can just wrap this one up straight away. It looks like Glaciated World is coming out here. They might be saving their Star Portal. Maybe they're going, we're just going to conceal cards. We're going to Moonlight Shuriken, sorry. Knock out 2 Comfeys. Our opponent does nothing and then we win the game from there. Maybe that's what they're going to do. They are. Okay. So, 2 prizes for our opponent. 2 Comfeys knocked out. But we have pretty much everything that we need to be able to get ourselves a victory here. We've got a couple of energies in that discard pile. Energy Recycler probably gets played here. We've got double Mirage Gate plus an energy in hand and the boss. So let's just see what we can do. Let's go for the first Mirage Gate. We'll get a couple of energies here and chuck those on. So at the moment we're doing 6, 12, 24. There are 2 energies in the discard pile, so we'll shuffle those in. Probably should have shuffled those in first, to be honest, because we're only going to grab 1 now. But I think it's the only one that we need. We can attach to the active here. We can put the Psychic Energy in our hand onto the Serperior, and then Boss's Orders. To bring out the Curum, we will be using Starwinder here for 390 damage. 390? Excuse me. And then we retreat to the bench. It doesn't matter. The game's over. We've taken our last 3 prize cards. 390 damage. That is pretty impressive, if you don't mind me saying so. Into another one. It looks like this time we are up against Regidrago V. Obviously a very, very popular card coming into this set, and one that you can pick up for free on the Premium Battle Pass on Pokemon TCG Live. If you log on fresh with a zero investment account, you get given 510 gems. It costs 600 to unlock this Regidrago deck, and they give you 4 copies of Regidrago V and 3 copies of the V-Star. So definitely worth it. You get one of all of the attackers you could ever need. Plus, on top of that, you also get a 4-3 liner Lugia. So if you've got access to PTCG Live, I would 100% recommend it. There is no better time to start playing than now. Let's look to the board for a second. Our opponent playing out a pretty impressive turn here. I think they just Battle VIP passed for nothing. That's a pretty impressive turn in and of itself. Is another Regidrago coming out of hand? Okay, no worries. We've got the Battle VIP Pass. So we can set our board up as well. An attachment to the benched Drago seems pretty good. We'll wait and see what exactly our opponent does. Looks like a Crobat drawing a few cards. So we have more than happy to knock that out at some point. Would not be surprised if that gets KO'd in the mid to late game. Let's see what we can find. I'm going to Battle VIP Pass first. Grab the Comfey. Grab a copy of Greninja. The exact same start we had in our last one. We can concealed cards. We'll get rid of the water energy. Maybe the grass energy. The water energy is better. We can get rid of that. Grab ourselves... Oh, the Colress there as well. That's very nice. Let's play the Colress and see what we can find. We've got ourselves a Switch Cart, a Path, a Grass Energy. I don't know that I can afford to lose the Serperior. I don't want to lose the Vacuum either. Go for the Serperior. We're going to keep that. I don't think that I can realistically afford to lose much more there. We'll Flower Selecting, grab ourselves Serperior. That's an easy choice for us to make. Down to 3 cards here. I don't know if it is reasonable for us to get an attack with a Cram this turn. I'd really like one, though. We can Switch Card into the Comfey on the bench. Flower Selecting again, and we at least have access to the Pokestop. Unfortunately, already the Greninja being used. Boss and Mirage Gate. 2 cards we don't want to have to choose between. Boss is the better one here, I think. We'll attach the Grass to the Serperior. We are going to, I think, Quick Ball away a copy of Grass Energy. I think that's the best discard here. Grab ourselves a Cramorant, and now we are going to hope that our Pokestop gives us access to a retreat. And it does. Okay, so we are fine. We lose a Colress, but that's not a problem. We're going to scoop up the Comfey. We're going to go into the Cram. We're going to play that Comfey back down. And now we can at least spit innocently. And this is important. It's important to get this attack off here. Because if our opponent evolves the active, then we have an opportunity to knock it out with a Serperior. If they don't evolve the active, we can knock it out with the Cram. We've got Boss, which is good. We've got Comfey and Switch Cart on the bench as well. We've got Serperior, which also has free retreat. Did I mention that Serperior VSTAR has free retreat? I probably should mention Serperior VSTAR has free retreat. Can you comment that down below? Be like, Serperior VSTAR has free retreat. You forgot to mention it. It does. It has it. It's good. It's actually a really good card. It is a shame that Lugia and Palkia and Arceus exist. Because if none of the best cards in the game existed, if Mew VMAX didn't exist, Serperior would be pretty good. It's not often that a grass Pokemon is good. Like, consider this. There's a Pokemon that does 220 damage every turn and moves energy away from it so it doesn't get removed. It's got a VSTAR power that can knock out anything in the game. And it has free retreat. And it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. It's got all these amazing things going for it. It's just not good enough. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about Pokemon cards, but that's okay. I saw this card 10 years ago, I would freak out. It would be incredible. It would be absolutely busted. Even if it had like 210 HP, it would be cracked. And yeah, here we are. I'm showing my age, aren't I? Being a bit of a boomer when it comes to Pokemon cards. That's okay. Let's see. Our opponent has just passed. This leaves us in a very interesting position. We can evolve into our VSTAR. We can play down one of our energies if we want to. I like that. We can put the V-Guard energy there. We've got 2 energies in the discard pile. We're going to get 3 there once we concealed cards. So let's do that. Multiple switch cards I like. I don't know that we need them, though. There's a part of me that wants to boss out that powered Regidrago. Put some pressure on it. There's a part of me that wants to really go for it and switch cart and scoop up net with Comfey, but I think it's safe to just go for the spin innocently. We can just take the knockout, get ourselves a couple of prizes, and hope that next turn we will be able to get that KO. I don't think it's going to be too difficult for us. It might be a little bit awkward, but that's okay. We should be fine. Here comes Gardenia's Vigor. I really should make a video with Regidrago very soon, just to show you how you can make these free decks better. So expect the following things across the next couple of days. I've got one more rogue deck that I want to show you in the opening gambit of this particular set. I think that it is worth showing off these less popular cards. Then we'll go into Lugia, we'll go into Regidrago, and we'll go into a deck that I would play if we were going to a big international tournament. We'll show you that on Friday, once the tournament started, so it's completely irrelevant. No one will know what I would play. And then, we'll see how things go from there. That is an incredible animation for dragons. That is so good. These animations on the board are really, really strong. I'm very impressed with them. I am very impressed. It looks like our opponent is going to take a knockout here. 200 damage into the Cramorant after they've elected to use an attack. I don't know exactly what attack it was. I think it was Goodra VSTAR's attack, which means we're dealing less damage than we would have been before. Our big problem is we need to at least deal with this Regidrago. I think that it might be a situation where we just go for a Lumineon. We try and hit a really huge Mirage Gate turn. There are 3 Mirage Gates in the deck. We have we have Colress into potentially triple Comfey, maybe even quadruple Comfey, which I'm a big fan of. I like the Energy, I like the Serperior, I like the Scoop Up Net. We may need another Serperior though. It's an interesting one. Don't know that I can afford to lose the Energy, though. That's the big problem. I think this is fine. We'll lose the Serperior. It'll definitely come back to bite me, I'm sure. We still haven't found ourselves a Mirage Gate, so we'll see if we can get one off of this. We can. We have to put an Energy in the Lost Zone, which is disappointing, but we can go for the Mirage Gate now. We can also go into another Comfey with Flower selecting. I don't mind this at all. Throw that down, get ourselves a Colress. We don't care about the Battle VIP Pass. And now it's probably time to maybe put that Comfey back down. We probably want to give it one more crack. We'll just try one more time. We'll use one more Flower selecting, see if we can get another Mirage Gate here before we put Energy back in the deck. We don't. We lose another Energy. I need one of these cards. I think I need to keep the Serperior. I think it's the Serperior. We're going to lose a bunch of Energy. Okay, cool. So that means we probably need to use our Ordinary Rod or our Energy Recycler right now. So how many Energy are in the discard pile? 3. Okay. So there's 2 grass and a water there. We'll throw down the Serperior. We will use Ordinary Rod to put 2 energies back into the deck. We can also put a Cramorant back as well. I like that. And then I think it's as simple... Oh, we just got a little alert. That alert shouldn't be popping up. I wonder why that's happened. We'll just go for the Mirage Gate. We'll grab ourselves a couple of energies here. Now we are doing 2, 4, 6, 8... Oh, what's that? What, 6, 12, 24? We're doing 20. 300 damage, so this should be a knockout, is that correct? 300 damage, 220 damage, because they used the Goodra. They used the Goodra. Oh no, it's the Goodra. I wasn't paying any attention and I used the Goodra. Okay, that's my fault. We're going to Regal Blender then. We're going to Blender, we're going to put the energy that I don't care about on the bench. We'll put a Grass... A Water or a Psychic, maybe both. I want to leave as many on the active as I can, but I also want to make sure that we can take a knockout if they knock us out. Okay, so we'll put the Water and the Grass down there. If they knock us out in the active, we can Energy Recycler Serperior V into Roxanne and go from there. If they knock out the bench, we can Energy Recycler and Roxanne and go from there. I think this is fine. I think this is definitely achievable. Our opponent doesn't have a huge amount of resources to work with either. They're down to, what, 2 cards left in their deck. So we might be able to win by knockout even if we do whiff here. So, I mean, hey, listen. I prefer not to do that. I prefer to win legitimately. The issue is, though, you need to be paying attention. And I did not pay attention. Made some errors. Made some poor judgments. And here we are. Here we are. Okay, it's fine. So, our opponent bosses up the benched Serperior. That's our best case scenario. Sorry, I'm holding a little clip from a bag of Doritos. So I'm fiddling with whilst I'm playing this game. I shouldn't be. I should be paying attention. I'm going to take it. It's no longer in my hands. It's no longer in my hands. They've gone for the... Okay. Apex Dragon here. They're going to use the Goodra attack again. 230. Okay. Let's solve this problem. This is a problem to be solved, and we can solve it. Oh, pardon me. Alright. Comfey in the active. Serperior in the active. I think it's just Serperior. Oh, boy. Top decking the Mirage Gate's incredible. Let's play the Energy Recycle. We're going to put 3 energies back in the deck. Alright. Mirage Gate. Okay, I think we are going to have enough energy if we Mirage Gate here. We're going to Mirage Gate 2-1. The moment we are doing 300 minus 80, so 220, we need another energy. So I think the best case for us here is to Roxanne. I think our best case is to Roxanne. I've just started to get a bit of a cough right at the wrong time. Let's Roxanne. If we draw 1 energy, we're in a really good spot. Oh, we did. Okay. We got the energy, and we got the boss, and the air balloon. Very important. I am going to hold the air balloon, I think. Because we can use the air balloon regardless. The boss wins us the game as long as the Serperior doesn't get knocked out. They have 2 cards in which they can knock us out. Well, 2 cards and a top deck. Playing double cross switcher here. I haven't seen a single boss yet. We're running out of time. Okay. I think that our best case scenario is hold the air balloon, attach the energy, use Starwinder, take the knockout, and then hope our opponent cannot get into the active. Cannot boss into the active anything. So as long as they can't knock out Lumineon... well, to be honest, the Lumineon doesn't matter. The key is the Serperior. If the Serperior gets knocked out, the game is effectively over. They need to have Boss if they play one, or Double Cross Switcher in that hand. They promoted the Regidrago, which means that they didn't have it. They've used Gardenia's Vigor. They're going to attach to the Crobat. Do they have the Cross Switcher? Are the last 2 cards Cross Switcher? One of them off of the Pokestop is a Cross Switcher. They might get it here. They might get it. Well, I think regardless, this has been an incredibly close game, and I think this is a perfectly fair example of how the decks are going to go up against each other. Regidrago, very good. Apex Dragon is not going to be into the Serperior, though. Okay, well, we have dodged a bullet there. That was incredible. We managed to survive. We chucked the Serperior into the active. We've got Boss's Orders in our hand. We just top-decked another one. How good is that? Bring the Crobat into the active. We'll chuck the Choice Band on there regardless. And then Regal Blender for the knockout on that Crobat. We managed to somehow snag that victory. That was very, very close. That was very close. But I tell you what, it was an impressive game. I enjoyed that one. Hopefully you did too. So just like that, we come to the end of another video. I appreciate you sticking by and watching for the entire half an hour. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, do that kind of stuff. I'd appreciate it. Also, if you are generous enough and would like to join the club of the Sableye members, they are over on this side of the board here. Thank you very much to all of these members. It's as little as $3 a month if you want to get your name up on the board. It's $5, I think. Something like that. But they're Australian dollars, so they don't count. Anyway, if you're still here and you'd like to watch another video, then click on this. It's got Pikachu in it. It can't be bad. I hear that Pikachu just won the World Championships in the anime.